I'm sure she does not need any introduction. So, everybody, please, we need lots of noise. Not a little bit of noise. Please welcome the Latino spoken speaker, Amara. Can I say to you just one thing? I have twin girls, and one of my girls' names is Amara. So please, thank you. I can't wait. Okay, are we ready? Yes. And we're ready to hear the truth. Yes. Those, I know many here, I know you know me, and I like to say it the way it is. So you may not like what I say, or how I'm going to say it, but that doesn't change the fact that it's the truth. And that's what I owe you, to tell you nothing but the truth. You know, one thing has kept me going in life. Whatever I do, I always tell myself, the first question I ask myself is God happy with me? So I think more of God. I don't know if you believe in God here, but if you believe in God, I believe in God. And I think more of God, and I think more of humanity. Two things. If God is happy, and if it's going to help humanity, I'm fine with it. Okay. The theme of the event says, expand your mind, expand your mind, change your life, right?
Yes, that's it.
Expand your mind, change your life. And I decided to just to make it very simple, instead of going through, Webster's dictionaries and other, big dictionaries. I decided to use Google. And it says, change is the act or instance of making or becoming different. Change, the act of making or becoming different. That is change. Every living thing, from birth till, every living thing goes through series of change. We all metamorphose. Animals, plants, we all change. Daily, you may not even know it, but the truth is that you are changing. Right where you are seated, your skin is changing. Everything about you is changing. Even non-living things. Check the tables you have, the furniture you have in your house. They don't look the same after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They all change. So everything is bound to change, whether you like it or not. And as a living thing, for you to move on in life, you must be ready for a change. If you decide not to change, if you decide to remain the way you are, if you decide to just be comfortable the way you are, you won't move on in life. You won't become that thing you want to become. There are sacrifices to be made. There are changes to be made. There are, things you have, adjustments to be done in your life, all around you, if you want to move on in life. So your life is going to change many times, but it's completely up to you. That's one important thing. It's up to you to choose what direction you want to go. You can change for the better. You can change for the worse. You can change from positive to negative, or from negative to positive. But I am here to talk about positive change, not the negative. Because I don't think anybody here wants to make the negative change. Or does anybody want to do that? No. Nobody. So I believe we all want to change for the better in our individual lives, in our relationships, in our career, in our marriages, wherever we find ourselves. We just want to change all over. We want to see that change working for us. And I believe if you take in everything I'm going to say tonight, it will help you. Make it easier for you to make that change. The ball is in your court. God has given you the ability to change. God will not, yes, it's one problem, especially with Christians. I keep saying it. I'm a Christian. Born, my father was a pastor before he died. For 48 years, he was a pastor. But I keep saying this. The problem with Christians is that we decide, we always give to God what we should do for ourselves. We want God to do for us what we should do for ourselves. God cannot come down from heaven to do for you that which He has given you the ability to do for yourself. Even the Bible, even that Bible you read says faith without works is what? Faith without works. You can pray from now till tomorrow, till thy kingdom come. Nothing will change. Have you wondered why, if you go to churches, those who are so committed, praying from Monday to Friday in Nigeria, anyway, I don't think in Africa this happens. You see people work days when they should be at work, they are in church. And check that during those weekdays, you don't find the busy people there. You don't find those money people in church. They don't attend those services. They are busy making more money for themselves. While the poor ones are busy praying, believing that is how the money will come. Money won't come that way. You can't fold your hands and say, God, you must give me money. I believe miracle happens. But most times, we don't get that miracle that way. God expects you to step out and do something and make it change. And that is the truth. And God stopped making choices for people. He said something. He said, I have set before you life and death. So you choose. It's up to you to choose which way, what you want, life or death. God cannot make that choice for you. He has given you options. You remember what happened in the Garden of Eden? I'm talking about Christians now. Adam blamed God for what? For Eve. He said, why I did this? I committed sin. I offended you because of the woman you gave me. And from that moment, God stopped making choices for people, for humans. So, when you want to get married, what does God do? You pray and pray, oh God, I need a good wife, I need a good husband. You know what God will do? He will make choices, options available. But He will not tell you, this is the one. That's why I look at some people that will go to their pastors, their religious leaders, and say, should I marry this person? What right does that person have to tell you who to marry? Is the person going to live with you? Is the person going to go through things with you? Don't let anybody have that control over you. The same relationship they have with God is the relationship you have with God. So you should take charge of your life. All you have to do is what? If you believe in the Holy Spirit, if you believe in God, what you have to do is, okay, Lord, direct me, lead me. I commit my ways into you. He said, commit your ways into my hands. I will direct your paths. That's all. And God will direct you. Before I got married to my husband, there were a lot of options. They were there. Those doing, what we say in Nigeria, fine boy thing. The models, the rich, guys, they were all there. If not for God's mercy, I would have missed it. But I decided, it was a choice I made to take my eyes off the physical. To take my eyes off everything physical. First of all, look at the spirit. First of all, look at the mind. Look at the inner being of that person. Well, our problem is that when we see people, we are so quick to judge based on physical appearance. This is what this person is. This is what that person is. For someone like me, the judgment I always get is she's arrogant. Meanwhile, you have never spoken to me. Yeah, some hate me as well, because of that. They feel, yeah, I'm a rebel to an extent. I know. But it's good, for you to know what you want in life and you stand, always speak the truth, always stand for the truth. You'll be hated anyway, but you have to stand. That's life. If you want to be happy in life, know what you want and go for what you want. It's not like, a lot of us are being led. We allow friends to live our lives for us. We allow relatives to live our lives for us. We allow even our own children, our spouses, to live our lives for us. If I ask some of you here now, you have no vision for your life. All you know is you are here just to come and work, make money, send money home to Nigeria, and that's it. Or wherever you're coming from. There is no vision. Is that how you're going to live? And I tell people, if I just live just to work, wake up in the morning, go to work. At the end of the month or every hour or every week you earn your salary, you just live your life that way. And at the end of the day, you die and you leave this world. You never lived, you only existed. That's what it means. You must discover purpose in life. I will get there anyway. The first thing, let's look at the steps. I want us to look at the steps. If you want to change. I said the first thing you have to do here is what? The mind. Change your mind. Think about it. You become everything your mind is. Whatever your mind is, that is who you become. And that is who you are. So many people cannot go beyond a particular level in life because of their mind. Because of the way you think. Your mind is filled with all kinds of filth, all kinds of trash. They are in your mind. And sometimes it is not because you just woke up and decided to have that mind, but you opened yourself up to a garbage truck. That's what I called it. Many people, even human beings, many are like garbage trucks. They are moving about. They wake up every morning, they move about with garbage. Trucks filled with garbage. They come to you as friends. They come to you as relatives. If you're not very careful, you know what they're looking for? They're not coming to you because they're so much in love with you. They are not coming to you because they want the best for you. Sometimes they want the best for you, but the best is not the best you should have. So they just come to you. And because you're not on guard, because you're not sensitive, because you're not in touch with your spirit man, you find yourself open. And just like that, the garbage goes into you. You know what you're going to do? Just touch the person next to you and say, keep your lid on at all times. You know your mind. You find yourself as a woman or a man, you have a happy home. You have a beautiful home. You have a wonderful husband, a wonderful wife. And all of a sudden, from nowhere, the garbage truck appears. Oh, are you home? Oh, I thought you're the person I saw with inside your husband's car. Oh, now wow, okay, I thought. The way they would say it to you. And she knows what she's doing. She knows. Then the next thing the man gets back into the house is like, where have you been? Who have you been with? Where are you coming from? And the man is telling you the truth. I am coming from the office. But too late to believe him because the garbage is already there. So you can't believe anything he says. And just like that, destruction starts. Your marriage, your once beautiful marriage, becomes hell on earth. It's happening to so many people. You are living happily. You relate well with a friend. You love that woman, you love that neighbor, you love that colleague in the office. All of a sudden, from nowhere, someone plants that evil seed. And if you're not careful, it begins to germinate in you. So your mind, what is in your mind? And a lot of us, especially Africans, I tell people, you have to be careful what you say to your children. A lot of us are suffering today because of what our parents said to us as a child. Even teachers, some of them will tell you you're useless. Or, like the MC said, they told her it was too late for her to do it. I remember the champion, what's her name? Or Calgary or whatever. Her own teacher told her, said, look, you can't make it. You are too big to run. But she refused to take that one. Today, Calgary, her name is everywhere in the world. Because she refused to swallow that. So, what are those things your parents told you? What are those things your teachers told you? What are those things even your own spouse tells you at home? Because for some of us, it could be your spouse, your wife, your husband, the closest person to you. The person tells you you're useless. Isn't that a fellow woman? Isn't that a man like you? And if you're not careful, it begins to destroy you. It begins to destroy everything about you. You begin to see yourself useless, like, I am just useless. I can't make it. I was watching a program back in the US something, and I saw a very beautiful girl. You know what she said? It's this program, Marriage Boot Camp. And Catherine said, she said something. She said, they were telling her, oh, you are beautiful. You know what she said? No, I look like a pig. Beautiful woman. Why? When she was a child, her mates, her friends told her she looked like a pig. Until today, even as a celebrity, she's living with it. And that is affecting her relationship with her husband. So I'm telling you, sometimes you see women, some of us, we over-apply the makeup. You look at it like, you know what? Sometimes don't blame them. It's something going on. Some of them, they've been told you're not beautiful. Some of them, they've heard all sorts of negative, and so when they stand in the mirror, all they see is what? Ugly. You see a man, he looks miserable. He can't look at you. When you talk, he's like, don't blame them. All he sees is one failure when he looks at himself in the mirror. If you're a very sensitive person, you have to help that person, help to build that person to change things. So apart from your mind, now after your mind, you have to deal with bad nature, habits, if you want to make a change. What are those habits you have? Alcohol could be a problem. Smoking could be a problem. Bad friends could be a problem. Women could be a problem. Men could be a problem. So you can't be stable in any relationship. Because you have this one today, tomorrow you want the dark-skinned one, the next day you want the... So it's a problem. We all have all sorts of habits. And for some of us, it's our tongue. Especially women. Even these days, I think men are worse. Men, I don't know, the generation of men, the kind of men we have is something else. It's something else. And sometimes I wonder, are these the kind of men my daughters are going to get married to? I say, God forbid, no way. They talk worse than women. You know everything happening in the home of your neighbor, of everybody living around you. Even those that are not living around you, you know what is happening. You have a problem. What concerns you with another man's life? Go and deal with your own issues. And that is one thing I tell anybody that wants to be my friend. I tell them, don't discuss, especially women. Don't bring down a fellow woman in my presence. If you do it, I hate you. Don't. And people, they know me for that. Don't try to be my husband. I will not discuss a fellow woman with you. Because I have to protect her as my sister. I don't care. Amen. You can choose to hate me, you can choose to like me, but I owe you that to protect you. You must love others. Don't intrude into people's private lives. It's none of your business. Go deal with your own issues. If you are busy with your own life, you have no time for another person's life. Anytime you see me in someone's life, it's for me to leave a positive mark. I don't want to know. Don't tell me yourself. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I have related in my career as a counselor, I have related with all kinds of people. I have met with prostitutes. I have met with married women sleeping with their husband's best friends. They've all put up to me. I've met with married men sleeping with their wives' sisters. They all put up to me. So these things don't move me again. And one thing I always tell them is, well, today is still early for you to make it. You can make a change. Say no to those things. Nobody is useless. I don't believe it. Nobody in this life is useless. So never write anyone off. Never. Never write anyone off. Learn to respect everyone, no matter how little, no matter how small you think they are. When I was living in Nigeria, they know me for one thing. You know, in churches, you see people, I don't attend African church in the US anyway. I attend all-white church. I don't know, but the drama is just too much for me. So, but back in Nigeria, in church, you know, there's this sitting arrangement like the rich people front. I don't know if it's planned. It's like when they're coming to church, come forward. And then they always expected me to like be among the people sitting in front. But you know what I mean? For 12 years that I was in that church, it's like the last seat, the last row, the first seat on the last row became my regular seat. It got to a point that even the pastor's wife would look from the altar. Amara is not in church today. She doesn't see me. You know, and the people sitting there were house helps and drivers. And that's who you should be. If you have conscience, you can't be part of that thing called class. If you have conscience, you can never be part of that thing. Man's inhumanity to man, you can never be part of it. Why would you put another person down? Why should you refuse to sit with another person just because you feel, oh, she's not up to my class or he's not up to it? Why would somebody come to your house and you tell this person, sit over here, the other person, sit over there? You know, I tell people sometimes what we do today, remember, except you don't plan to have generations after you. But I always live my life thinking of my children, thinking of my children's children. Because I want generations after me to be blessed because of me. So if you think about these things, you'll be careful how you live your life. You'll be careful how you treat other people. Because I always tell people, I say, when I'm no more, I am not living my life to make too much money. that I am living for humanity. Because I want, when I am no longer in this world, I want my children, I have 4 of them, and they are teenagers now. And I am, sometimes I look at them like, oh, my first daughter will be out of college very soon. And I just look at her like, very soon, she will go job hunting, go out there, labor, she wants to work. I want people to be able to say, okay, you just walked into my office because of your mother, Amara, I am going to do this. This is what I always think. And if you live your life that way, you will live right. But the problem is that we live just for now. We don't think about tomorrow. We don't think about anything else. It's all about us for now. Deal with your bad habits and then reassess your relationships. Reassess your relationships. Who are the friends you have around you? Who are the people you have around you? Who are your friends? They say, show me your friends, and I will show you, I will tell you who you are. Who are the people you hang out with? You're a married man, and but 24 hours you're with some useless men who carry women, including people's wives, all over the place. Men who don't go home after work. You can't live right with such men. Men who open their mouth and discuss, say anything nasty about women, and you call them friends, you laugh about it. Oh, beautiful, lovely, lovely joke. I'm sorry, you should be ashamed of yourself because you're not behaving like a man. You need to change. As a woman, if your friends are people who gather to discuss other people, if your friends are women who don't, as a married woman, women who don't care about their homes, women who don't care about their husbands, women who don't even care about their children, my dear, you need to change your friends. So you may have to do what? Reassess your relationships. And then if you are single, you are still in a relationship, not yet married, just the dating stage or even courtship stage or whatever it is, you are already engaged, you are not yet married. If that relationship is not working for you, don't let desperation push you into your untimely death. If it's not working for you, if that man is not working for you, quit. Don't be desperate because they are telling you at a certain age you're not going to get married. At a certain age you won't be able to have a child. Well, having children is easy these days. At any age you can have your children. Yeah, I believe it's good to have your children early. But if that is not God's will for you, my dear, don't live another person's life. Live your life. It's possible God has a different plan for your life. So don't try to become somebody else. Quit. Leave that relationship if it's draining the life out of you. And if you're living with a man who hits you, whether you are married or single, it's time to take a walk. Because you may not live to tell the story tomorrow. I tell women, step back and deal with every other thing in your marriage, man or woman. No marriage is easy. It's not easy. It's not rosy anywhere. Marriage is full of roses and thorns. Our prayers is for our roses to be greater. But if the person hits you, run for your life. In that case, I don't believe in for better or worse. I'm sorry. I know why I'm saying it. That's my new book on the table there. And that's my true life story. I wrote it to inspire people. And you know what? I've been there. For 14 years, I was battered. I should be there, but I shouldn't be alive. Like my own pain. I don't think any of you here has seen. I'm sorry to say, but I don't think so. If you doubt me, read that book and call me and say, but I have seen this. If I'm lying, call me and tell me you've seen this. When people read my story, it's more like a movie. This can't be real. But it's real. But you know what? You don't let that define you. Whatever you've gone through in life, when people see or hear what I've gone through, they always tell me, you are not like what you've gone through. And I tell people, never look like what you've been through in life. Never let your situation define you. Never let where you're coming from become your name. That is not your name. That is not who you are. You have a purpose. And you have to do what? Reassess your relationship. If it's not working, take a walk. And then when you take a walk, forgive yourself and forgive others. As long as you live in this world, you will keep getting hurt. People will step on your toes. You can't avoid it. Even when you show them love, they will pay you back with hatred. When you do good, they will pay you back with evil. But you know what? You have to keep doing good. When you see people who think good of others and for others, they are very happy people on earth. But when you look at people daily, you are thinking of what evil. You are praying. I don't even know how they do it. Sometimes I wonder, like, 24 hours in a day looks like it's not enough for me. And somebody will have time to sit, think of somebody else. How do I put this person down? What do we do? It's a problem. I'm sorry, but it's a demon. You need to deliver yourself. Forgive them. Whatever they have done to you. Even you, Ogeh. In planning for this event, I'm sure you saw disappointment. I'm sure you got attacked. I have been there. For 6 weeks, 6 consecutive weeks in Nigeria, every Monday, I woke up with my face front page of the magazine for 6 weeks. Just someone out to destroy my name. This week, Amara sent assassins to kill. The next week, Amara caught in a hotel room with them. The next one, Amara has moved into Abuja. I never lived in Abuja. There is nothing I have not seen for 6 weeks. But you know one thing, when you're on the path of truth, that's the way God takes care of you. I did not respond. I did not retaliate. But today, that newspaper is closed down. You can't touch the innocent and go free. So when you look at the lives of those tormenting you, just pity them. When I look at them, I look at their lives, I say, they are not better than me. They are not happier than I am. So God should just have mercy on them. And you know the funny thing, some of them who are single, you won't believe it, but they don't talk to me. They fight me, but sometimes through my page, my counseling thing, men write me, Amara, please God get us a good wife. I still introduce them, and I will tell them, don't let them know I am the one. Still do good, anyhow. Forgive them and forgive yourself. If you have failed in the past, you got a good job and you messed up and you lost that job, forgive yourself. It's for you to learn. You lost a marriage, forgive yourself. Don't be defined by it. It's for you to learn. Get up again. Keep running. Keep running. That's life. If you don't fail, if you don't make mistakes, you're not living. That means you're not taking risks. Successful people fail several times. But you know one thing about them? They refuse to remain where they have fallen. What they do is that while they are on ground, you know what they do? They look around, look at the dust, pick up lessons, whatever lesson they find around and do what? Get up, dust themselves up, and again, and keep running. And remember, the world will be there to stop you. The world will be there to make sure you remain permanently down. But you have to refuse to remain down. I told myself a long time ago, no matter how hard the storm hits, I will get up and I will keep running. Because I know who I am. You know, when I look at myself in the mirror, all I see is success. All I see. I tell people, sometimes my friends will be like, oh, you're beautiful. I say, yeah, I know I'm beautiful. They'll be like, this Amara, you're stupid though. We say you're beautiful. I say, I know, because God has already said that you are beautiful. So even if you don't tell me that, I say that to my friends. So not when people pay compliment on the road to say, yes, I know I'm beautiful. That's rudeness. I say this just to my friends as a joke. But just to pass a message. Whoever you are beautiful. You are handsome. You are blessed. So nobody should give you any other name in life. You are not a failure. Even if you fail 100 times, remember, was it Abraham Lincoln? No, Thomas Edison, right? Yeah. How many times did he fail? 99 or 100 or 1,000 times, I can't remember. But he succeeded. So refuse to give up. Make a change. And then get upset with where you are. That's another thing. Don't be comfortable where you are. You know, some people, okay, yeah, I have a good job, at least I earn something good, so I'm okay, no problem. So you stop trying. Don't be comfortable. You are there. You should aim higher. When you conquer one mountain, look for another mountain that is higher. You have to keep conquering until you go down the grave. So don't get too comfortable. Get upset. Refuse to accept where that very place you get upset. I'm not comfortable. I don't like the way my marriage is going. I don't like the way things are going in my life. You know what you have to do? When you're upset, when you're not happy, when you're not comfortable with something, you know what you will do? You will make a change. If it's your marriage, that there's always fights. We don't have peace at home. You begin to ask yourself, okay, where am I getting it wrong? Where is my spouse getting it wrong? I am tired of fighting. I am tired of living this way. It's time to make a change. And then you sort things out and you keep going. I don't believe in that thing about, oh, any little thing you jump out of marriage. That's what cowards do. That means you keep jumping from one marriage to the other. There are things you always have in mind that you are two different people coming from two different backgrounds. You met as adults. You didn't grow up together. So you must accept that fact. This person will not be me. Even siblings don't act the same way. So make up your mind, understand that it is not rosy elsewhere. It's still the same thing. They have issues, just the way you have issues. Deal with it. So get upset with where you are and make a change. I'll just run through this. Then discover purpose and passion. Discover purpose. A lot of us are just living. We have not discovered purpose. We are just living. You don't even know why you were created. Have you asked yourself, am I living my passion? Am I living, or I'm just existing? Have you asked yourself, why did my mother get pregnant and bring me to this world? Why did God create me? Why am I here? What am I here for? Discover purpose. And I tell people, the easiest way to discover your calling in life, your passion in life, is through your pain. I know what I'm saying. Most times in life, that thing you were created to do torments you. You know, you go through things in that very area. So that when somebody comes to you talking about it, oh, I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. You know, these days when I listen to people who talk about marriage, talk about relationships, nothing moves me. And when I drop just one word, they are healed. They have peace. Like, okay, if you could make it, Amara, I will make it. So don't let, instead of you allowing that pain to turn you to a bitter person, let that pain help you to discover your passion, your purpose. That pain should not turn you to a bitter person. A lot of us, when you are done to the man, jilted you, the girl left you, blah, blah, this one happened, you become a bitter person. Why? You don't have to be bitter. People will disappoint you. So what you have to do is what? Pick up that pain. Love again. So many people are afraid to love again. Why? They don't want to be hurt a second time. Then you're not ready to love. Pick up your lessons and keep loving. Discover purpose in your pain. And then make your vision plain. Celebrate yourself. Pamper yourself. Love yourself. When you love yourself, it's very easy to love another person. When you see people who don't love others, you know what? They don't love themselves. They have issues with themselves. So just pity them when you see them. They don't love themselves. Because if you're comfortable with yourself, if you celebrate yourself, you're happy with yourself, you love yourself, you love what you see, it will be very easy to love every other person. So, celebrate yourself. Make that change today. Ogeh is having an event. Celebrate her. Put it on your Facebook page. Put it on your Twitter, whatever. Celebrate other people. Don't try to stop them. Don't become a stumbling block. You see Fina on TV, you see her anywhere. Celebrate her. Oh yes, I know her. I know this person. Especially women. Let us celebrate ourselves. For how long? For how long are we going to allow ourselves to be used? You know, she was saying something. She said, only 4 women ruling the world. My dear, it's going to be tough. You know why? Because when a woman comes out, men will use her fellow women to pull her down. That's the problem. And so, yeah, in politics, it's men using the women to pull their fellow woman down. But in every other area of life, you know what? The women, we pull ourselves down. So from today, decide to make a change. Decide to begin to celebrate yourself. Celebrate others. Love others. The world is too big. The earth is very big. It will take all of us. It will take all of us. If Ogeh has an event today, next week you can decide to have your own. The same black and white here in this place. People will still come. There are people everywhere. So just love yourself. Love everybody around you. Be happy. Don't struggle. Material things, they are not worth it. What are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? One day we'll close our eyes in death and we'll leave all these things behind. And that's it. It ends. So make a change. Become a better person. Change your mind and change your life. Thank you.
Who can say